People tell me that I behave impulsively, and I make some remarks or some comments which are not appropriate. For instance, some message comes to me, a WhatsApp message, and I reply instantly without a second thought. And then, why does it happen, this impulsive behavior?
Either you are extremely knowledgeable, so you don't have to think, and therefore the reply comes instantly. Or you have cultivated a behavioral pattern which is reactive. So you tend to react. You want to be the person who doesn't want to take the burden or the onus of the question resting with you. You want to do away with the answer and free yourself from carrying the burden of the question. Right? Now, you started by saying that people say that I am impulsive. People could be right, people could be wrong. Do you believe people are right?
Yes, I do. Sometimes
Okay.
I have.
So you accept that you are impulsive.
Yes, sometimes I have, and then that it leads to embarrassment.
And you have felt embarrassed.
Yes.
Okay. So you agree that you are impulsive,
Yes.
and B, on occasions you have felt embarrassed because of your impulsive reaction.
Yes.
Okay. So what is an impulse? Impulse is a response.
Yeah.
And response is based on understanding. Your understanding may be very sharp because you are highly intelligent, and therefore the response comes promptly. The timing of the response is the key. Should I respond immediately? Should I ponder over my response? Should I weigh whether this response is right or whether I have any other option of other responses?
Yeah.
That is not happening.
Yeah.
So you're not exploring options. First response that comes to mind is the impulse,
Correct.
which has not got the weightage of logic,
Okay.
because it's an immediate intrinsic reaction. The way you were cultivated as you grew up from your childhood, okay, you tend to respond immediately. You'll see even in the school, teacher asks a question, there will be a child who will raise his hand immediately.
Yes, exactly.
And there will be people who will be thinking कि इसका answer क्या होगा. And the child who has raised his hand immediately may not give the right answer. He may give the right answer if he is sharp enough and he's picked up the question correctly and he's formulated the answer correctly. But it is not necessary that the person who raises his hand first always gives the correct answer. There will be people who will ponder over the question, think about it, and then come up with a response. I don't know if you have witnessed any IAS interviews on YouTube or TV.
Yeah.
And you will see some candidates, they pause. They don't respond to the question immediately. And you will see most of the IAS questions are loaded questions. There is a good answer and there is a right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes the good answer is not a good answer, because it comes as a good answer, but it is not the right answer. So it means since you have realized that impulsive responses have led to embarrassment, you need to take the corrective action. Now, the best way to deal with this is, as soon as that impulse has kicked inside, but you have not revealed it either by speech or by action, pause. How do I pause? Simple technique which is taught to us is count in your mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives you the pause time.
Yeah.
That also gives your brain the time to look at options. And then if your impulsive option is not the best option, then you can consider the other options. That's the only way you will stop your impulsive responses. Many people respond impulsively. I think I was a victim of impulsive responses earlier. Maybe I am still. But largely I ponder over the responses before I come out with the response.
Is impatience
Let me add a corollary to this. Some people are fast talkers, fast speakers.
Yes.
For them, pausing becomes difficult because the answer is, you will notice some people that while the question answer exchange is going on, the question is half complete and this person is eager to talk.
Yes.
Now, what is that? Because his response has come within him.
That's right.
And he can't wait for the question to be completed. He wants to respond. By the time the question is completed, his response is wrong.
Correct. That's right. We have seen that happen.
Yes.
We have seen that happen often. Yeah. Is impatience the cause for impulsive response?
Yes, in some cases it is impatience, but in many cases it is cultivation of your character. It could be because in the school, the first person who is answering is considered the most important person or the most intelligent person.
Yeah.
So that impression, if I am the person who has been constantly responding second or third in the classroom, I get the impression that these two guys are more intelligent than me. So now in my mind, I am competing with them and I want to be most intelligent, at least project to the world I am most intelligent. So I must beat them in their responses. They are very quick, I must be quicker. So this sort of cultivation is happening in the childhood. And when you grow up into an adult, that has taken root in your subconscious mind. And now you have cultivated a habit of responding instantly.
Sometimes this impulsive behavior also leads to, things that we should not have done. For instance, impulsive buying. You look at something attractive, you have not gone for that purpose, but then you are tempted on the spot, you make a decision and, you make a purchase, which you regret later. You say, I've already got so many of them, and again I've purchased.
That is the success of marketing and advertising. Most of your purchases, your impulses are triggered by advertising.
That's right, yeah.
Do you really need those things? If you go back, you will see 70% of the things you have bought, you don't actually need.
True.
You just bought.
Absolutely. The cupboards are full and keep
Exactly. So that is impulse buying. But people can afford it. It doesn't pinch them.
Yeah.
You will not see impulse buying in families who are struggling to make two ends meet.
Yeah.
And yet, you will see impulse buying in their children because they don't know how much struggle the parents are going through. The children are influenced by the society, the peers, their colleagues, and the advertisements. So they don't know that the parents are struggling, and parents are striving to keep the children happy. So the parents stretch themselves beyond their means.
Yeah.
And the child is impulsively doing things, demanding things.
Yeah, we have seen that happen even in restaurants. You have ordered something, but the next table has got something else. And you feel, oh, let me try that. And you order it instantly. On an impulse, you want to eat that.
Some people do that. Some people do that. There is impulse drinking, there is impulse smoking.
Yes, it can trigger anything.
Anything can be done impulsive.
Yes. So realization that impulsive behavior can lead to issues is the key to controlling.
Always leads to issues. What can lead? It always leads to issues. Sometimes the issues are immediate, you get the result immediately, and sometimes the issues are long term, you don't get the result immediately.
Yes. And if people don't react, then you assume that nothing is wrong and you continue to behave in an impulsive manner.
Which is what has happened with us. No, we have never reacted to our politicians being lackadaisical and not responsible towards their duty, and that's why you see potholes on the road during the rains.
Yeah.
Because nobody reacts.
Sometimes can impulsive behavior also lead to good results?
Oh, definitely. Where quick response is required. For example, you're a doctor.
Yeah.
And a patient has given a certain response. Sometimes the doctor treats him impulsively. There is no time to even think. And maybe that impulsive action has saved the patient. So yes, there is an advantage of being impulsive.
That comes from training.
Always. Knowledge cannot be replaced. Skills and knowledge cannot be replaced. And that only comes with practice. Your impulsive behavior, for example, the shopping impulse, has also come out of practice. Because nobody said that you are shopping unnecessarily. So that habit got built up. Every time you shop unnecessarily, nobody corrected you. And therefore it became an impulse buying activity in various fields.
That's right, yeah.
But going back to your original question, can impulse be good? Yes, impulses can be good. I impulsively grabbed the hand of a child who is running to cross the street, not looking at the car.
Yeah.
That's my impulsive action.
Yeah.
I saved that child.
Yes, excellent example.
So it's, at times it's good. So human beings are given facilities by the universe. Impulse is one such facility. Whether I am using it consciously or I am doing it subconsciously. If it is leading to the good, even if it is done subconsciously, please continue doing it. But when you consciously realize that your impulses are leading to not so happy circumstances, that's the time to introspect and correct.